Deadly Premonition was developed by Access Games for Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3. This open-world survival horror game released February 23, 2010. A director's cut version of the game released for PlayStation 3 and Microsoft Windows in 2013. This game, I think, has a fantastic story and keeps the player interested the entire time. I'm going to keep this a spoiler-free review as I want you to play it for yourself if you haven't. Before I get into the story, I'll just say, from talking to many people on this game, you either enjoy Deadly Premonition or you think it's a stupid game. It currently has the Guinness World Record for the most critically polarizing survival horror game, and I happen to enjoy it. But here's why. The game takes place in Greenvale, Washington, which is a fictional town created for the game. The player follows FBI Special Agent Francis York Morgan as he investigates the murder of an 18-year-old woman named Anna Graham. The murder case is similar to ones happening across the United States. We start off with the opening cutscene and it leaves you thinking, what the heck did I just see? But in the scene, the body of the 18-year-old woman known as Anna has been found. On to the next scene where Francis is driving to Greenvale to try to solve this case. He starts talking to a Zach, but nobody's in the car with him, so he is seemingly talking to himself. He mentions the last case that he was a part of and explains the scar on his face. So the rain is pouring down hard, and Francis is just trying to light his cigarette. The lighter won't light, and he's not paying attention to the road. But when he finally looks up, we get our first glimpse of the raincoat killer standing in the middle of the road. This causes Francis to swerve and wreck the car. He gets out of the car, continues to talk to himself, but using that name Zach. But this is where the player finally takes over. The objective of the game is to find and identify the raincoat killer. The name comes from an old folklore of the town, that he only kills when it rains. But while trying to solve the case, you'll also need to take care of Francis. You'll need to make sure he isn't tired and he doesn't starve. You'll need to shave, change clothes as well, and you can explore the town of Greenvale by foot or by car. But the car also needs kept up as it can run out of fuel and need repairs. You earn money by finishing levels and doing minor things. I know, this game sounds like a chore, but honestly it's not that bad. You'll also need to keep an eye on the clock. At certain times, you will need to interview different people that live in the area, and different places you need to go to have operating hours. This is a very realistic way that they made the game. If you don't interview and miss the time, you can be penalized for it. If you need to pass time, Francis can do so by smoking cigarettes. Francis is assisted by Sheriff George Woodman, the Deputy Sheriff Emily Wyatt, and George's assistant Thomas McLean. The game is definitely a survival horror game, but it also has a comedy side to it. The whistling theme song in the game at times seems very out of place, but it's very catchy. It also brings you back to reality, a nice peaceful afternoon in Greenvale. Then when things get serious, the music changes and so does the feel of the game. Weapons in Deadly Premonition come in two forms, melee and firearms. Completing side quests can unlock special weapons. All I can say is sit back and play this game with an open mind. If you do, I think you'll enjoy the gameplay and the story. Something horror and comedy shouldn't mix, and I agree on some levels. But when it comes to this game, I think they do a good job of evening it out. Mainly because of its story, I'm giving Deadly Premonition 3 out of 5 stars.